to our, Your camera? Yeah, we're on. Camera's right here. Camera's right here. Guys, all right, so we're starting. Oh, we got Melanie Mims here. It's okay. I'm glad you didn't register, but you're still here. What grade level is writing speed? Okay, so hey, guys, thank y'all so much for being here with us. We're going to get to all of your Q&A questions inside of our chat here, so continue to post those, please, so that way we know what it is that you are wanting more help on, especially when it comes to doing our different types of sessions. So I want to get into the why real quick about the things that we're doing at our summit. So the summit kind of started off as a tech summit. It was even like an ed camp back in the day that we had with TCA. Well, you know, there are a ton of different resources out there and things that we're doing and using in our classroom. And so we want to get back to the meat of teaching. We want to get back to the meat of us striving and constantly striving for excellence, you know, within Robinson ISD, and that pursuit and persistence of committed learning through establishing those positive relationships with your students and staff and our community. And that's what this summit is going to be all about. It's about us becoming better each and every day. Like I said, working and focusing on those particular skills, that pedagogy, as we like to talk about, in the classroom, so that way, like I said, we can be better at reaching our students each and every day. So really excited about that. So right now, I'm going to actually turn, oh, and for real quick, I'm going to, over here, there we go. So like I said, we're trying something new here with the panel. So we actually have our principals here with us. Wave principals, if you can wave at them. So we have our principals here with us. Go ahead and wave, principals. They're actually, there they are, so your campus administration. So they're actually going to come to you here in a minute and talk about their sessions that you feel, that they feel like would most impact you too, and the session that they're excited about as well. So right now we're actually going to go to James. He's going to explain a little bit about how to use Eduphoria when it comes to registering and enrolling and building a schedule, and then also filter by sessions. And he's actually going to go through a GIF that you're going to be able to access as well after we're done here with this particular session. All right.
All right, it goes pretty quick, so you guys don't have to watch a lot, but I'm going to have to talk fast, so try to keep up. All right, so registering for a conference in Eduphoria, a little different than what we're normal. First, we're going to go into Strive, like always. And once we've clicked into Strive, we're going to click on Conferences over here on the left-hand side. And once you're in Conferences, you're going to select which of the 4 days you want to focus on. Once you're in, go and hit Register in the upper right-hand corner. And after you click on Register, we'll hit OK. And you're looking for the little person icon for each session that you want. If you're unsure and you want to narrow it down, go to Learning Tracks and click on the areas that you want to focus on, GT or whatever course subject. After you've done selected all of your courses, you can flip that button and it just shows your schedule. Just real quick and easy.
So like I said, guys, so just take that time and go through and register for those particular courses. What was one of the big things, the takeaways when it comes to registering, not just getting on the course?
But you got to select each of your individual sessions, not just the day, but which session. That's going to help us out a lot as we plan this summer of who's going to be where and how many resources are going to be needed in each individual session, as well as if one session doesn't make, then we know what to do.
All right. Anybody else want to add to those to that? Anything? No? Okay.
One thing that will help is if everybody registers for your session before you leave for the summer break.
Yes.
Now, once we leave, it's hard to remember. So just if you can, as you're going through summatives and talking with your principal or AP about what you need to go through, just please select each of those individual sessions before you leave.
All right, so thank you very much, James. What we're going to do now during this, like I said, really excited about having, being live with y'all so y'all can kind of get into some of the questions that y'all have. We want to hear from your campus principals. So they're going to share some sessions or presenters that they are excited about to attend, and then actually kind of want you to maybe even consider attending too, as far as the different types of sessions throughout the campus. And then we're going to actually share too a little bit up here some of ours that we are excited about too. So first up, we have our high school principal, Katie Dietzman. And Kim, you're
Miss
muted.
Dietzman, you're muted.
Y'all are terrible. They're all making me laugh. Okay. So we are honestly, we are very excited about this. Promise not just saying that. When you go through the list of sessions, there are lots of things that, like, I really had a hard time kind of pinpointing what I was going to talk about. So I will just blow through kind of where we are at high school and what we're excited about hearing. First of all, growth mindset and motivation. That is something that the lower campuses have spent a lot of time not only studying, but talking to kids about. And it's kind of become common practice that they're talking about that. That's something that we all know as kids are in school longer. They become sometimes more and more discouraged. Life gets in the way, that type of thing. And it's something that I'm looking forward to going to, and I hope lots of junior high and high school teachers will attend as well. The other thing that I love seeing as a former primary, elementary, intermediate educator is students reading at different levels. Now what? And I think sometimes people have the idea that if we can differentiate for younger kids, but it's a little bit harder at the higher level. And bottom line is it's the same really no matter where you go. Going from K to 12 has definitely taught me that. And there's no difference between a 10th grader reading on a 7th grade level with a kindergartner reading on a 3rd grade level, or a 3rd grader reading on a kindergarten level. So I'm anxious and excited to hear that. If you are thinking about coming to Worth the Work with Stephen Mackey, he is somebody that Coach Sellers is kind of consulting with. He's coming in and spending lots of times with our athletes talking about the 2 words character development. And so he has done some research this past year on why kids are so disengaged. He spent lots of time talking to secondary students. So that is something that if you're junior high or high school, I would very much encourage you to attend. He's fun to talk to, very laid back guy. Accommodations in every classroom. I encourage people to go to that simply because I think a lot of times there are lots of misconceptions. What's a modification versus what's an accommodation? That type of thing. And those words are used interchangeably and they're not the same thing. So if you're a high school staff member on this call, please think about going to that one. The other one, using assessment data to inform instruction. The cool thing about this is primary, Missy and I are teaming up to present this one together. So primary and high school, it doesn't matter where you are, we all need to be looking at student progress. If the word data scares you, come to it. I promise we can make it easy. There's kind of a protocol that we follow. And what's funny is it really looks kind of the same in both places. It doesn't matter if they're kindergarten or seniors in high school. I promise I'm almost done. Prioritizing purpose, the importance of why. That one is something that I feel like a lot of times elementary kids are excited to tell you why they're learning something. High school kids either don't know, don't care, or they're really not excited about it. So I think just taking it back to always making sure they understand the why behind it, and not just to pass an EOC or something like that, but something that in all honesty relates to something they could potentially do. And then the other one that I'm super excited about, and junior high and high school, I'm hoping you will not shy away with this one because I've been in both of these classrooms. The 2 teachers presenting differentiating in the mixed ability classroom. I think we think about that at younger levels, but we don't always see it at upper levels. And honestly, it doesn't matter the level, you can make it work. We've actually got an English teacher at the high school right now making it work. So I encourage you to attend that one as well. All right, I know that was fast and furious. I think I'm pitching to Sarah next.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the question and answer section of today's Treasure Tuesday. All right. I have several. I don't think I have quite as many as Katie does. However, she did a great job explaining a bunch of those. One that I thought was really good was the realistic targeted instruction in the classroom. And I wanted to look at that one because that's one area we really are trying to look at with our MTSS process of what are we really looking at, and can it realistically be targeted in the classroom, and how we can make that work. The other one that kind of ties with that is the intervention 101, and making sure that we have strong interventions that are taking place for that. One that I'm excited about is the author lunch with Andy McNair. She's also one that can help with the GT, if you're needing GT hours. And so I'm really excited about reading her book and doing the book study, and then following up with the class that she's teaching, or the main presentation she's doing, and then the lunch and a few of her sessions, so we can see how we can reach our higher ability students, but even the ones that may be struggling, that we can see how to implement that for them as well. And then this week I've been working on summatives, which all the principals have been doing that as well. And we have our the student learning objectives, and how that's going to work for the district, for the teams, for the departments. And I'm really interested in sitting in those. And I've talked to my PLCs about trying to see if they can go as a department and sit in those. So if we have questions or answers, they can hear the same thing. They can understand it. I can understand it just hopefully better too. But then they can have maybe some better horizontal and vertical things that are connected with that as the teams are able to go there together for the slows. So another one I saw today, which I thought I looked through those pretty well, was the one about trauma, about our kids, about some of the traumas that our kids have faced and are dealing with, and how we can help them in the classroom and help them feel safe. And then also, how do we help those needs? Because not only do they need those needs from home and things, how can we translate that for the school and keep them engaged and working hard there? So those are mine.
So I feel like I have less than Sarah to do, but of course, I think a lot of all of the sessions are getting there. All of the ones at Katie and Sarah have mentioned are fantastic. One of the books that I'm excited about reading is The Burnout Cure. And so one of the things I like about that, because I'm not a very linear reader, is I like to skip around. And he said that was one of the ones where you could look for a specific thing and then kind of go read that little section or session. And I'm not sure when his sessions are, so if somebody has those up, I'm sorry. That was kind of an extra that I was thinking about when Sarah was talking as well. I only put 3 on there that I kind of wanted to talk about, and one of them is my second grade ELAR team is presenting on July the 27th at 10, and they're doing Back to the Future collaborative planning, and they have done a really fantastic job this year on how to actually use their planning time, so to make that working PLC, and then also to bring the data in as well. And so I think if you are looking to strengthen your PLC time, that is one for you to attend. It will be really fantastic on how they've broken things up, but then also how they've taken the data from their GLAs and other assessments and brought those back in to kind of plan what they're going to do next. Another one that I'm excited about and I'm always learn a lot from is from Crystal Turner, and she's doing the Understanding SPED assessment, FIE, and the Gs, and how they impact academics and intervention in every classroom. I think she's doing it several times. I think the first time might be June 30th. And so when she comes in, I always learn something about a kiddo when I do an ARD with her, and she talks about the different Gs and how each one impacts what learning that the kid is doing, and then also the accommodations that we can do to kind of help support those. Those might be on Dr. Perez as well, so she might be able to give a little bit more info on that, so I'll keep going. And the last one I'm going to plug is Boosting Learning Through Creativity and the iPad Creativity. And Willie and I are doing that one on how to use iPads in the classroom and all of the different tools that are there. Hopefully you know about them, but if you don't, we're going to show you all of those tools, especially the newer generation iPad. So not the old ones, but the newer generation. So I think those are all I'm going to talk about, and I think it's going to Missy next.
Okay, I guess I'm on. Can you guys hear me? All right, so I have several. Some of you guys have already pinpointed some of the ones I wanted to do, so I'll just talk kind of shortly about those. SLO for sure for me, and I know for my staff, is we just want to make sure that we are intervening for kids in the right way and writing those goals so that we can show growth and that we can improve. So I think the SLO, I'm encouraging mine to go as a group as well. And at least get that written, and so that we can have some training so we feel super confident going into this next year about SLOs. So I think it's that feeling like we got really trained and we have a good start so that we can get ready for that. So the SLO for sure for me and for my staff. I know we've talked a lot about that. I have a whole list, and I didn't write exactly their titles because I just jotted notes, but writing in the K1 classroom, I've been really, really excited about the writing that we've had going on this year. And I think that will be great. And that's for the littles, and that's for our class. I mean, our age group, I guess you could say. And I even put something on our Robinson Primary Facebook because a couple of teachers shared some writing that the kids did. And one of their things that they love to do is that they get to write at school. And it was so fun to see that coming from a kindergarten classroom, because usually they're like, we like recess, we like lunch, that's about it. But they really wanted to write. So I want writing to start off now. So when they get to Sarah's campus, I want it to start off now being a fun thing to do and exciting to do and a way to express themselves instead of a chore. So I'm really looking forward to the writing in the K1 classroom. Data planning for literacy, and I don't know what the whole title is, but it's Rachel Page. If you haven't seen Rachel Page and you're a younger, I guess, grade that you're teaching, in fact, it could be for all grades. She has some great, she shared with me, I've even learned a lot when she's done things with pre-Ks, some great ways to organize your groups, some great ways to look at your data and put those groups together for your literacy groups. So Rachel Page is just, she's a wealth of knowledge, and she usually does such a great job at giving us the information that we need, which kind of goes into the using assessment data to inform instruction. I know that a couple of my teams wanted, like, that's what their goal they wanted for their goal this year, is to really be very intentional about looking at the data after every time we do some kind of assessment. It doesn't have to be a big formative assessment, but some kind of assessment. Look at that data so that we're not just blindly teaching the TEKS, that we're actually intervening or teaching to what the kids actually need. If they knew all time to the hour, we don't need to spend 4 days on time to the hour, that kind of thing. So I'm hoping that we will go to that one. Google Docs and Google Slides for littles, I think maybe what it's called. I love that at our, this was the first year, maybe last year, but we don't even count. Do we count 2020, 2021 as an actual year that actually happened? I don't think so. But so we have a one-to-one now, and we use the Chromebooks for testing. We use it for iStation. We use it for a lot of things for our littles, but I don't know that we're using Google Docs and Google Slides to what we could possibly be doing. So I'm excited about seeing those kinds of things. So those two, I think one is called Google Docs something and one is called Google Slides. I think that might be all the sessions. I did want to mention, I think because Shelly mentioned it, I know it's not in the summit, but it's, or it may be in the summit, I didn't notice it, but for a comp day, the burnout cure and the hero effect, I've read both of those. And if you're looking to try to kind of improve your attitude and come into school feeling really great and positive and ready to make a difference in kids' life, and they're feeling kind of like, what's my why? Like, why am I doing this every day? I think those two would be good choices if you're feeling that, like you want to come in and get the positive vibe going. Burnout Cure and Hero Effect. That was just kind of my plug. But anyway, I think that might be it for me. Is that good? Is my time up? I don't know. Someone didn't get the hook on me. Sometimes I talk too long, they say. But anyway, if y'all want, yeah, exactly. Anyway, that's all.
Hi, everybody. I'm so glad to have the opportunity to come here and chat with you. I'm excited because there are multiple sessions being offered at the summit that will help support our students with special needs from both sides of the spectrum, if you will. We've got an ability to support them through general ed with the session that Crystal Turner will be teaching about the FIE and the Gs. So those evaluations are very, very, very rich in data. So learning how to interpret that and more importantly, apply that in how you support your students with special needs will impact every teacher at every grade level. And then, you know, sharpening our skills to support students from the special ed side. We're doing an IEP rigor course that's only for special ed teachers. And if you're a special ed teacher and you want to do that session, you've got to do the online course this summer. And I need to know you're going to do that before the end of the school year. So again, if you're a special ed teacher and you're interested in the IEP rigor course, you got to let me know ASAP and just email me and I'll give you all the details and all the next steps. I will be teaching that Intervention 101 course that Katie mentioned. So if intervention or the framework of MTSS is something that you want to learn about, then you're going to want to come to Intervention 101. I just realized that rhymed. That's just a natural skill of mine. Oh, there I go again. I'll also be doing an accommodation and differentiation in every general ed classroom. So that applies to every teacher in the district. Now, you all probably can't come at once, but it is learning that will apply to you no matter what grade level, no matter what content you learn, you teach. So if you're interested in that, that's a great option. And then I'm really excited about all the lunches with authors. I don't know if I'll be able to read all the books, but I will take advantage of every opportunity to learn directly from the author of the book. So I'm super excited about all of those as well.
Okay, so we had a question a minute ago about how to view who is presenting, and I know that there was I know that there was a response already about how to present, but when you're in Eduphoria, if you will go in and click on the specific session, it will list out who is presenting. I know that there's a few sessions that we still need to update, but that is going to be the quickest way for you to find out who's presenting if you're looking for specific presenters.
So, like I said, as we're going through, guys, and kind of looking at the different sessions that are available as well, he's going to kind of show you here real quick. There we go.
All right. So right now I'm on the 26th. So if I'm going right here, I want to look at who's presenting this workshop. It's listed up here. Where's one of ours? Okay, here's another one. So right here, project-based learning. Myself, Mr. Thomas are in there that are going to present that specific day. So this is where you look if you're looking for specific presenters. Also, I would keep in mind that each of these sessions have a cutoff number depending on certain ones, and so it's going to be first come, first serve. So if there's something you really like, again, want to stress, please get in there and register for your individual sessions.
So we had a question, once you add a session to a Google Calendar, will that automatically register you? I'm going to say no, because that is not connected to Google Calendar. So once you have to go into Eduphoria and register for that session.
Dyslexia differentiation from primary pre-K 2. So if I click on that to enroll, now let me go. So I'm in there. Is it a different?
If you open up the whole session, you can enroll at the bottom too.
Yes. Okay. And if you open up the session, you can enroll down here at the bottom, or unenroll if need be. So right here, I can enroll or unenroll if need be. Click off of it.
All right, any more questions, guys, that y'all are seeing? And okay, there it is. So she just figured it out. Good job.
Awesome.
Good deal. All right, well, It is now 4:56 p.m. We are super excited that y'all are going to be attending our sessions this year. And just remember, we're bringing in a ton of amazing presenters too, so that way that you can get the things that you need for your classroom, and so that way we as a district can support what it is that you're doing in your classroom as well. If there are specific things that you are like, okay, how can this exactly apply to me? Please be sure to reach out to us, to your curriculum team. Reach out to your campus principal as well. They are definitely here to help you choose those particular sessions. Like I said, this is all about you. This is what this summit is all about. It's about Robinson ISD, like I said, supporting you in the classroom and your students. And one more thing, I know we are kind of within the 3 feet limit. Okay, we all are COVID certified shot takers. Okay, you can't see mine right now. If I have my water bottle, I got my sticker. We all have that, so we're good to go. All right. Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Perez, for that learning opportunity. And also,
So, Diana, tell her no. I mean, he's going to talk about kids in general. It'll be fine. Anybody can attend Stephen Mackey's session.
Go ahead.
so anybody can attend the Stephen Mackey session, not just junior high, high school. So he's going to talk about working with kids.
Okay, Caitlin, your question about if you've already selected a session but you changed your mind, go ahead, click on that session, click unenroll, or even click that person, and it will take you out of that session and will open up all the other sessions at that time slot, and you'll be able to make your change if necessary.
Just the earlier they make the sessions, we can get the room set up.
Yes, so the earlier you make decisions, the quicker we can be sure to have room set up and have all the materials ready for you guys when you arrive that day. So, and it helps if it's a tight session, like I know some. I mean, project-based learning is, almost full.
Almost full. It's right there.
So, if you're planning to make a change, that opens it up to let somebody else that wants to come in. So, sounds like a good session.
It does.
Okay, so I'm supposed to talk about some of our sessions. One of the things I did write down that I was excited about is that we are doing a lot of things for lots of different content areas. And if you feel like you're not represented by your content area in some of the things, please email us. I had PE reach out. And so when you let us know, I'll make sure to give examples. If any of you had any questions about express yourself, that is really a fun way to talk about preparing for the constructed responses that are coming and what we can do to scaffold that for all content areas, particularly outside of the reading language arts classroom and from the lowest grade levels all the way up. So if you had questions about that, also I'll be presenting, so it'll be fun for sure.
Yes, it will.
Yes,
Yes, it
absolutely.
will. All right. Well, thank y'all very much. Like I said, be sure to reach out to us. Curriculum at robinson.k12.tx.us. You know the drill. And we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.